Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Osiahume. If you're seeing my face for the first time, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, how are you doing? Today, I just wanted to come on here and do a sit down video. I literally just thought of this idea this morning. I was like, you know what, I'm going to share. If you're someone that, you've been watching my videos and you have noticed that I talk about books here and there, I also do some YouTube shorts where I share my reviews on books that I've read recently. I just wanted to come on here and say, I have not always been a book girly. I have not always been, someone that read books frequently or as much as I even do now. I just certain things just needed to change in my life, and I decided, you know what, I'll start one step at a time, or one book at a time in this case. So here are 4 reasons why I started reading books. The first reason why I wanted to start reading books would be doom scrolling. Now, I'm sure you guys have heard of this, and I'm not the only one that struggles with this. But I was having a really hard time controlling how much I spent on social media. I would wake up in the morning scrolling. I would, during my break time, I would scroll. When I get back from work, I'll be scrolling. Every single minute or second I got, I'll just end up scrolling. And it was getting really annoying. I remember at times I told myself, oh, I'll just go to cold turkey and take breaks off social media. And I'll go for like 2 weeks, 1 month. If I was preparing for an exam, I could go off for like 6 months. But when I come back again, I'll come back to the same reading. So I had to tell myself I needed to replace the time that I spent scrolling on social media with something else that I found interesting. And I thought of it for a while, and I decided reading is something that I could do. So I knew in myself that I had to start with fiction, because I wanted something that would kind of hold my attention for some time, and I wouldn't be tempted to go back to, scrolling on social media until I was ready to put the book down. So yeah, that's my first reason why I started reading books. Going on to the second reason now. So I work a 9 to 5. I have a really busy job. I hardly have time on my hands. So I was thinking to myself, like, how would I be able to implement this new hobby, or how would I be able to apply this? Sometime last year, I kind of was forced into, I wouldn't say forced into, I didn't want to take a career break, but I had to take a career break. I had written an exam to start a training post, but I was unable to secure the post. So I kind of had to take a step back from the conventional progress I would have gone on if I got a training post. As a result of that, I had a lot of time on my hands. I wasn't necessarily working a typical 9 to 5 or every day of the week. I had a few days in which I was off during the week. And I thought to myself that this would be the best time for me to start reading books finally. I took a break of reading medical books and said, you know what, I'm going to focus on reading anything else. I'm going to focus on reading fiction, non-fiction, motivational books, whatsoever I could get my hands on. So I took the bold step and bought my first book, which was Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. Absolutely wonderful book, by the way. The third reason why I ended up, choosing to start reading books would be because I wanted to improve my vocabulary. When you are in the middle of a conversation and you have an experience that you want to explain, or, something that you want to say, and you end up saying something like, oh, words fail me. Or you say, oh, what's the word for that? I realized that I was doing that a lot, and I wasn't happy about it, because I felt like there weren't just enough words in my vocabulary for me to explain certain concepts or hold a conversation properly, or just follow through a conversation confidently. And it was beginning to affect me. I would refrain from talking in public spaces. I would choose not to answer questions because I wasn't sure I'd be able to follow through. Maybe I would miss my words at some point, or I'll have to pause or jumble my words. I decided that reading books is something that could actually help me with this. And I have learned a lot since I've been reading books, and I take less pauses since I've been reading books, and I've just become a more confident speaker. I'm able to express myself well. Even when I'm not talking, I'm able to write down my thoughts. I like composing long birthday messages, and I really like the fact that I'm able to find words to describe my friends or my family members when I'm writing, these messages, or when I'm, expressing myself in a certain kind of way. So yeah, that's the third reason why I started reading books. To the fourth reason, interesting story. I grew up in a Deeper Life home. So my both parents are Deeper Life members, wonderful background, wonderful upbringing, if I do say so myself. But as a result of that, for the first 13 years of my life, we did not have a TV, we did not have a television. We had a radio, and we had books. So myself and my brothers, we read books a lot, or a decent amount. And my mom, especially towards me, she always bought me books. She used to go to oil mill markets in Port Harcourt back then, and she would buy me books to read. I remember specifically this book she bought for me, Pollyanna. I would try to find a picture and put it here. I really hope I can find it. But I think the name was Pollyanna, and it was an interesting story about a little girl. And I started to reflect, and I was like, this is a habit that I already have. This is something that has already been inbuilt in me. If you're someone that, you intend to be a parent, you know how much modern day parents are kind of leaning towards bringing up their children with no or less screen time just to improve their, cognitive development at such a young age. And it's something that I also desire to do when I start having children of my own. I decided that this habit would be easier for me to, encourage in my children if it's something that I already do in my own personal life. I said, you know what? We're gonna start. One way or the other, we will start. We will keep going until we can do it efficiently. Now, it's not been easy. I've had some books that I struggled to finish, and I also had some books that I had to just stop because I was like, hold on first. But for the most part, I'm glad that I've been able to do this. I started in February, and I've read about 8 books so far, and I'm really glad. I'm happy about it. I am proud of myself. So yeah, those are my reasons why I picked up this hobby in reading. And I just want to say that if you're anyone out there, it may not even be reading. I feel like when I was thinking about making this video, what stood out to me was that I recognized that something was a problem in my life. I recognized that I needed to do better at something, and I just made the change. I decided and I started doing it. So if you're someone out there that you know that this is something you want to work on, you want to be better at, if it's anything at all that you just want to do better or, have a different approach to, please make the change. Let this video be the reason why you make that change today. Okay, I hope I've been able to encourage you. And for readers out there, I just wanted to share with you what I'm currently reading, The Nightingale by Christine Hanna. So we have come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I'm able to actually get you guys up and going. I really love doing these videos. If there's anything, maybe you're a reader out there, you have any book recommendations, please leave them in the comment section. I really want to hear. I really want to know what you guys are reading. And if you're someone that's not reading, I hope I've encouraged you to start reading or start doing something you want to do. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.